everyone, and welcome to my 2024 reading journal setup video. For the last few years I've been using a digital reading journal, and I have found it so useful to have because it's just everything is all in one place, which I find really useful when I want to check like the series I need to catch up on, my goals, all of this kind of thing. It's all in one easy place. It also doesn't take up any room because it's on my tablet and so many other things as well. It just makes it so simple and so easy to use. So what I thought I'd do today is take you through my digital reading journal as I set it up and tell you where you can get your hands on your own copy if you want to try digital reading journal. So let's get into it. So as you can see, this is the front cover of the notebook. I should say, by the way, that I am using a Samsung tablet specifically. I am also using the Noteshelf app, but this does work on GoodNotes, Notability, all of these kind of things. I have tried it across multiple different apps and it does still work. I'm just using Noteshelf because that is the one I'm most familiar with, and also just the one that came for free with my tablet, and I always like a free app. So anyway, this is the front cover. I quite like this idea of having this sort of old school composition notebook look for the front cover, and I think it works quite well. Then if we go on to the first page, we have the goals and challenge section, because I did like the idea of using the goals and challenges as the first pages, just because we obviously always want to be checking our goals and being reminded of the reading challenges that we're doing, all of this kind of thing. So it is all there in the front page, so as soon as you open this notebook you are like seeing your goals and your challenges, all of this kind of thing. And then as you can see around the outside here, we also have a whole load of tabs, and all of them are hyperlinked. So if we click on read here, this is obviously the classic books read bookshelf, and you have no idea how annoying it was to try and get this perfectly aligned, but I've done it now, so I'm very happy with it. And obviously you can just colour these in with every single book you read. You could colour code it to the genre, the age range, whatever you want. I will show examples in a minute. I'm just sort of going through everything and then I'm going to be setting this up. Then if we go on to the next one, we can see it is series to read as well, and there are 2 pages for you to absolutely fill this with every single series that you need to read or catch up on. And then also, if you do run out of room here, I should mention as well that you can easily duplicate the page by doing this and then duplicating it, and then you get another page of it. I personally don't need 2 pages, so I'm just going to be like leaving that and sorting it out later. But as you see, you can duplicate it if you do need more than one set of series pages, and with any page, to be honest, as well. Then if we go over to the priority list, this gives you again space to write down all of the books that you want to prioritize this year, and also space to put the cover on there, and then also give it a star rating once you've read it. Then we go on to the best books of the year spread. This is one of my favorites because I always find it really hard to remember every single one of my favorite books of the month like when I get to the end of the year and I'm trying to do end of year content. So this means I can put down every single one of the covers, and therefore I've got it all in one place, so I can just find things really easily when I'm doing that end of year content and being like, oh yeah, that was one of my favourites, and that one, and that one, and that one, and so on and so forth. So that is what this spread is for. Then we also have our first monthly spread, which is obviously January, and there is enough space here for a cover page, and then also enough to fill the second page with 6 books on your TBR. But obviously you can duplicate this as many times as you want for however many books you want to read that month, and it is the same for every single month. So as you can see, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It's all exactly the same, so you can use these spreads however you wish, duplicate them as much as you need, all of this kind of thing. And then I also have a couple of blank pages as well at the end of here in case you need any sort of spare pages for, say, like your stats page or books read pages, whatever you want. And then this is finally the back of the journal. And now that I've shown you exactly what this journal like has in it, it is time to be filling it in. So I'm going to start with the goals just because that's what I want to start with, and I think it's always good to start with your goals and things like this. So here we go. My first one is to use Storygraph instead of Goodreads. because I really like the stats on there and things. I just do not use it enough. One thing I will say about Samsung tablets and just Android tablets in general is the fact that there is not that many font options, which kind of sucks, but we make do. If you do have any ideas as to how I can get extra fonts on my Samsung tablet, please let me know, because I would love to use some other fonts on here. Anyway, onto my next goal, which is to update my spreadsheet as I go, because I keep on leaving it for ages until the end of the month, then sort of panic updating it at the end, which is not what I want to do anymore. By the way, I will be going into more detail later on in another video about all my goals, all of this kind of thing. I'm just filling this in now because I want to show you exactly what this journal can look like. So just going to carry on typing. So that is all my goals. As for the challenge one, you can use this however you want. If you've got your own personal challenge, or if there is a reading challenge that you're going to be doing throughout this year, it's all good. You can use this however you want. So for example, I can put LGBTQI plus author, then write, say, V.E. Schwab. Come here. There we go. I'm still not very good at using the tablet pen. I should be by now, but there we go. Anyway, so you can do that and then get like the highlighter, for example, and then colour it in like this, and then you can use it that way. You can use it to tick off whatever reading challenges that you're taking part in, whatever it is. You get my you catch the drift, you get my meaning, everything else, but that's how you can use the challenge page. Then if we go over to the books read spread, we can do this like however you want. So for example, you could say that purple is going to be fantasy and you've just read a fantasy book, so you can zoom in and then colour this in. If I'm not on the eraser tool, there we go, and you can colour it in like this, and then say the next book you read is, say, a sci-fi, and for you that is green. You can then colour it in like so. And then say the next one you read was a contemporaries, and that's yellow for you. You can colour it in like this. And just carry on filling it in as you go along, and soon the whole entire page will be all fully coloured in and it will look really, really pretty. You can use this spread however you want. I'm personally going to be using it to track the genre that I'm reading, so I'm going to be like colour coding it to do with like sci-fi, fantasy, whatever else I happen to be reading, but like I said, you can do it however you want. Then if we go over to the series to read spread, it's pretty self-explanatory again. What you do is just write down all of the series titles and then colour in each box as you read them. So I'm going to quickly fill this in so you can sort of see as an example. And this is all the series I want to read. I'm going to go into more detail into this in a separate video like I am with my goals, all the rest of it. But let's say I finished another book in the Binti series and I can colour it in here, and hopefully a lot neater than I'm doing right now, but there we go. Then say I finished another one in the Iron Widow series, I can quickly colour that in as well. Then say I finished another one in the Toby Day series, things like this, and throughout the year I can fill all of this in and I can see which series I have made a load of progress in, which ones I need to focus on maybe in the new year, this kind of thing. And it's just a really useful spread that I really like love doing every year, because it just makes it easier to track all of the series that I need to continue on reading, this kind of thing. And yeah, I hope that was useful. I'm going to erase these highlighter marks though, because I have not made any progress in any of those series, so I am not going to be fooling myself into thinking I have. Then if we go on to the priority list, this is pretty self-explanatory. It's just all of the priority books you have for the year. So I'm going to quickly fill this in. So this is some of my priority list. Obviously it is not the entire thing. I'm going to be going through that more in the new year in another video. You're getting a really good preview of my January content right now, but there we go. Anyway, so as you can see, this is kind of what I was going for, and then when you have read a book, you can put down the star rating. So if I quickly colour this in like so. That looks absolutely terrible, or you can do what I usually do, which is use a star picture that I have somewhere saved in between all the rest of this stuff. You can kind of tell what my themes have been throughout my previous bullet journaling with all of this stuff. Anyway, I actually use a star thing that I found on Pinterest, and then I fill it in that way, which looks a lot neater than what I have just done with that terrible colouring in. Anyway, you can do it that way and fill it in with however many star ratings you've had, this kind of thing, and sort of tick them all off that way, or however you want to do it, like I keep on saying. And then if we go on to the best books, this is again just talking about like your favourite books of the month, every single month. So let's say in December I read Klaus. I'm actually reading it this month, not next December, but there we go. We can put that there, and then say I read We Hunt the Flame in March, and we can put that there. And then at the end of the year, it's going to make all of that end of year content where we're talking about our favourite books of the year, this kind of thing, so much easier because it is right there on this spread, which I find so useful when it gets to the end of the year, because I'm like, what did I read this year? Things like this, and instead of trying to filter my spreadsheet or anything, I can just go to this page and be like, oh yeah, it was that one and I read it on this month, and I just find that so useful. Then if we go on to say the monthly spreads, I can then make a cover page out of this picture here, which is one of my designs as well, which is available on my shop. I do quite like that actually. That looks quite good, if I do say so myself. There we go, that's quite a good cover page. And then let's say I decide that I'm going to read Bone Shard Daughter in January. Then also Ninth House. And I can slowly fill this all up with all of the books that I'm going to read in January. And then as I read, I can fill in all of those star ratings, things like this, as I go along. So I can quickly see, again, all my star ratings. And I can do that throughout the rest of the year. Then if we go on to the ending spreads here, which is the blank pages, you can use this for literally whatever you want. You could use this as like a quote page. So things just, if I can spell properly, things just happen. What the hell? Which is a quote from The Hogfather, which I absolutely love. So we can put that one there. Make it bigger. This kind of thing, and then you can like fill it with quotes, you can fill it with like the books you've bought this year, your stats, whatever you want to use it for. It is just available as blank pages for you to use however you wish. And then obviously you can decorate this as well. So I'm going to be using some of the designs that I've made for my shop and using them as digital stickers. So we've got this one here. I can use just conjuring a good book. I can then use, say, this one here, which is a sort of washi tape design, like here, and then I can copy and paste that over here as well. So we've got like a washi tape kind of look. Over here on the series to read, I could possibly use Haunted by My TBR, because let's be honest here, I am haunted by all the books I haven't read yet, so put that down there just for a bit of like colour in the meantime. Then priority list, maybe, I don't know, maybe put this one here, which is another one that I did, which was like a nice little sort of bookshelf design. Like so, and you can just sort of fill it in with whatever digital stickers you want, or like some doodles, whatever you want, this kind of thing. But yeah, I think that's everything I've got to show you. So this is the goals and challenge pages, then this is the red spread, obviously series, then priority lists, best books, and then also like January, this kind of thing. You can kind of see like exactly what you can use this journal for. So yeah, I hope this was useful. I hope you like this journal. If you want to get your hands on a free template version, I will leave a link to it down below so you can check it out. And yeah, I think that's just about everything I've got to say in terms of this journal. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me if you use digital reading journals, I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a, I don't know, computer related emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the link where you can get this free template if you want to check it out, as well as a link down below to my Etsy store that sells other bookish merch with all of these different bookish designs that I've just put in this journal, if you want to check that out as well and treat yourself or somebody else this Christmas time. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!